Welcome the Director of Cricket, West Indies, Mr. Miles Bascombe, as he talks about the upcoming tour of Asia. India, Nepal, and Bangladesh, some of the dark clouds area.
Um, Good morning to all the members of the media. I'd just like to put a little bit of context to the upcoming tours. Of course, we start right after the CPL, and we head off pretty much in two groups. One group to Nepal for that very historic series, T20 series, three-match T20 series, with an emerging nation, cricket-loving nation, and we're happy to support their development. You should all be aware of what has recently taken place in Nepal, and we hope that if in some way that this series brings that population some sort of joy, that we have contributed in some way to that. That series would be quite important in the context of looking at our results. A number of some exciting young talent in the CPL, a few of whom will have opportunities on this tour. The India series, two tests in India, on their home ground, home turf, after a strong finish in England. So no doubt they will be preparing themselves to dominate at home. So that we expect to be a challenging series, but I'm sure that we are up for that. We are up for that challenge. That squad would have been announced yesterday or the day before. So that again, the second outing for the test squad in the new test championship. Challenging, no doubt, but as I said, we will definitely be prepared to give up our best. The Bangladesh series, which is a white ball series, 3 ODIs and 3 T20 internationals. The ODIs will be crucial to our 2027 World Cup campaign. Bangladesh sit, I think, just behind us at number 10 in the ODI rankings. So they definitely will be trying to get some points off of us, and we will have to do our best to fend them off. And the T20s, again, would be probably our first series in subcontinent conditions. Well, apart from Nepal, which is in Dubai, but against a full member. Since we played in Sri Lanka. But yeah, since we played in Sri Lanka a few series ago. So that will definitely test us, and it will give us an idea of where we are as we prepare, all the indication of where we are preparing for the 2026 T20 World Cup. We played in India and Sri Lanka. And of course, we end the year with full tour of New Zealand, 3 ODIs, 5 T20 internationals, and 3 test matches. So that would be the ODIs there would represent the last series ahead of the World Cup campaign. And for us, that would start with Afghanistan, then Sri Lanka, then South Africa. Heading directly into the World Cup. The total Nepal is quite strategic for us. We have recognized that probably over the last few years, that our bowling has been a little bit of the Achilles heel in our white ball team. So we have tried to bolster the support for the bowling group. I don't think anybody can question Otis Gibson's credentials as a bowling coach. In this On this tour, he will be a consultant. Jerome Taylor, who is a former player, very good fast bowler as well. Still learning the craft. We saw the opportunity. He had a previous experience in the A team against South Africa. And now he has the opportunity to sort of work with Otis and try to understudy him somewhat and gain some experience from him. And because the in subcontinent conditions, spin bowling becomes so vital. Nikita Miller, another former player who we have invested in and we are trying to give opportunities to help him to develop his craft. We opted to have him go and support the spinners on that tour. We are still looking at identifying other prospects, batting coaches in particular. But again, a very short tour. There's not a lot you could really do with batsmen on tour. Whereas for your bowling group, well, in a technical sense, strategically, I'm confident that we have enough support there from the head coach and other assistant coaches, and the support for bowling on this tour, and hence the reason we have doubled down an assistant coach for fast bowling, support in the form of a very experienced Otis Gibson, and an assistant coach specifically to work with the spin bowlers. Had extensive conversations with Andre following his departure. He identified a few areas that he had intentions of going into posts. But he did the 18 series before the end of his contract. But we have also invested in Griffith and Rian as recent as the Ireland series when Darren left to prepare the test team for the Australia series. So we are confident that, especially for this particular format, that we want to offer that continuity to Rian and keep developing his capacity as a head coach. So we're basically continuing that investment in Rian, and we will continue to have conversations with Coley. He has reiterated time and time again that he is always prepared to lend a hand when needed, and we have will definitely keep him under consideration for future opportunities. Yeah, so generally our standard squad size is 15. In the Australia series, we had the opportunity. I mean, when we're home, it's a little bit easier and I would even say cheaper to have an additional player, and we try when we have the opportunity to, have a youngster with the group, somebody who is emerging and will gain a lot from being around the team, pick up on some skills and get some expert support from the coaching staff. Ideally, I would love to send 20 guys if possible to India, just because of the facilities, the amount of work that I know could be done with them while they're there. What we do have as an advantage is the fact that Dubai, the UAE is not too far away, so we'll have another batch of players who won't leave down there until the first. So if there are any challenges in that 10-day preparation period, we'll have a few players close by that we can choose from, as opposed to having to send all the way from the region. But to put it simply, it's mainly a financial consideration, because beyond India, we go straight to Bangladesh and then to New Zealand. So it's difficult to work out exactly at which point you need 16 or 17, and then at which point you send them back. Otherwise, you end up in a situation where you have to take 16 or 18 players right through from late September to Christmas, pretty much, right? So that's the challenge that exists, and that is the financial reality of West Indies cricket. We would love to be able to carry a full contingent. I mean, you just have to look at the difference in, the size and the wealth of the organizations to understand why England and Australia and India can do that. And we have to really be very strategic in the way that we try to implement initiatives like that. But definitely something that we wish that we could do more often, especially for our tours.